All right, this video I want to talk specifically to people that bought Bitcoin at $40,000, and right now the price is, I don't know what, $32,000. So you bought in, you're a brand new person, brand new to crypto, you bought in at 40K, and now you are not only negative, but you probably sold or you're thinking about selling. Now, I want to just talk with you. Now, keep in mind, before I talk to you about anything, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is all just entertainment. We're just having a conversation, but you got to make your own decisions. We know this is a risky market. Now, I just want to talk to you to give you a little bit of perspective. Okay. With that being said, here's how I look at it. So, you probably feel really bad right now. You probably feel really bad because you're like, oh, and you're scared, and now you just want to sell it. You didn't know that Bitcoin was very volatile. Yes, whenever you get massive gains, you're going to have dips like this, especially when the price ran up really, really fast. Yes, because you have to create a stability, right? Price has to grow over time. And this is also something you want to learn. It's not necessarily a bad thing if you bought in at 40. I want you to understand that. Like, it's not the best thing to do, but it's not a horrible thing either, okay? You only lose when you sell. If you have not sold your crypto, then you technically have not lost. And that goes both ways. If you bought crypto, I don't care if you bought when Bitcoin was $1,000 and now you still are holding on to your Bitcoin and you haven't sold any, you haven't cashed out, you haven't made any money either. Okay, the money is made when the sale happens. I want you to understand that. So, in the grand scheme of things, in December, right now it is January 23rd, the day I'm making this video. Literally December 23rd, Bitcoin was, I believe it was still under 20,000, just getting ready to break 20,000 at that point. So for it to be at 32,000, the price is actually still very doing good. There's a lot of strong fundamentals. And this is a tactic, in my opinion, to try to shake weak hands out. Okay, the institutions that are buying Bitcoin, they're trying to shake people out. They want you to sell your Bitcoin. They want you to get afraid and sell. If you came in this, you should have been coming in to be a long-term holder. So what that means is if you're holding on long-term, that means at least 6 months to a year. It's a very high possibility that Bitcoin will be well over $40,000 within the next 90 days, if not way before then. Okay, this is just a dip. It's a correction. In my opinion, again, I'm not a financial advisor. Things could get even worse and worse and never go back up. But based on the trends and based on looking at these market cycles for the past few years, what I see is that the price will go back up because it's only a $1 trillion market cap for the entire cryptocurrency space. You know, Bitcoin itself is still under, I think it's only about $700 billion. So there's a lot of room for growth within Bitcoin. Do not be afraid by the news articles. The key is, if it was me in that position, I had bought in. You just don't sell. Let's think about people in 2018. Let's say Bitcoin went up to 20,000 right before that big crash. That was an all-time high. If and some people sold and they were upset because they were like, "Oh, I've invested at 20,000." The reality is this: if they would have held on, that was January 2018. If they just didn't sell and whatever Bitcoin holdings they had, if they would have held on to 2020 December, which is what, 2 years later, 2.5 years later, then they would be up because Bitcoin now has been over $20,000. So that was the beginning of a bull market. I know you're thinking that was the beginning of a bear market, excuse me. So if you hold on long term, like it's a long term asset, like you're investing in homes and real estate, then you will make your money because Bitcoin is still so undervalued. I want you to keep that in mind. The fact that it's still anything, in my opinion, under $50,000 is a really good time to still be getting in, especially if it's in a bear market. You got to understand markets, guys. You got to understand there are seasons. So when the price hit 20,000 in 2018, that was the start of a bull market. A bear market. I keep saying the wrong thing. It was a bear market. Basically, at that time, prices were going to be going down for a 2-year period. It's winter time. So yes, you have to wait a long time, but right now it's a bull market when prices are going up extremely fast. If they drop down, they're going to drop down temporarily. Sometimes they'll drop down for a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even 30 days, but it's still a bull market. So overall, there's a huge demand for Bitcoin. If you look at the news and the fundamentals, right now there's regulation that's happening. You got lots of institutions that are buying in. So long term, meaning over the next few months, the price will be going back up. Most likely. Again, this is not a guarantee. Don't take my word and make any definitive decisions, but we're just having a conversation based on what the past has happened. Past don't indicate the future, but it's very, very likely, guys, that this price will be over $40,000 if you are patient. Okay, so you only lose when you sell. Now, here's some keys to keep in mind if you're brand new to an asset. What I've heard other people do that are veterans, what they'll do is they ease their way into a position. So let's say you hear about crypto for the first time. You got $5,000, $10,000. You don't want to just immediately throw everything you have all in at one time. You may not want to do that. That could be very, very risky. But maybe what you do, there may be some people that dollar cost average. They just buy a little bit at a time and they ease their way in. So that way, if the price is going down, then they keep buying more. If the price is going up, then they keep buying more, because these people are long-term holders. Okay. Now, if you're a person that's trying to trade and you're trying to make money immediately over the next day or two, then yeah, for you, if you were doing like margin trading, well, you're out. It's nothing that can really save you. But for people that are long-term investors, there's hell of opportunity for you. Okay. If you just hold on. But again, you got to make your own decisions because you are taking risk out here. But sometimes the greater risk, greater return. So, but don't feel shitty. Also look at these altcoins, because that's what time it is, and it's not over with for Bitcoin in my opinion. So subscribe to the page. I look forward to seeing you on other videos.